guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is extremely exciting because I'm going to be giving my first impressions on the Morphe X James Charles palette. It's the mini palette and it's something that I recently purchased. Honestly, I purchased this palette a while ago and I just recently received this palette 2-3 days ago, and I have been trying to film this video since then, but it has just been getting delayed. But anyway, I'm gonna try the palette today and give you guys my honest review on this palette. I'm also gonna answer some of the questions like where did I buy this palette from, how much did I pay for this palette. So if you guys want to know all of that, then let's get right into the video. So let's start with where did I purchase this palette from. So I have been following this Instagram page called Beauty Bar Lounge, and I have seen a lot of bloggers, a lot of beauty bloggers promoting this page. So they have 100% authentic makeup and they have quite a lot of followers on Instagram, and also I've seen so many bloggers receiving PR from Beauty Bar Lounge, and I know for a fact that it is genuine. So I have been eyeing this palette since a very long time, literally since more than a year I guess, and I really wanted to get my hands on this because it has literally every single color that you will ever need for eyeshadow. So the full size palette was not in stock since a very long time, and I was literally waiting for it to get back in stock and then I could purchase it. But then Beauty Bar Lounge posted that the mini palette is in stock, and honestly I had no idea that the mini palette even existed. So I did a little research and I found out that the formula is not at all different. In fact, the formula of this palette is better than the full size one. That's what I learned after doing the research. So I thought that instead of buying the full size palette, why not just get the mini one, because this is more practical, more travel friendly, and also like I'm never gonna hit pan on any colorful eyeshadow, right? So it really makes no sense to buy a full size palette and pay like 4,000 plus for that palette. So I decided to buy the mini one, and also it was in stock. So I paid 3,300 for this palette and plus 150 shipping charges. So in total I paid 3,450 for this eyeshadow palette. And now I'm going to show you guys the packaging of this palette. So this is how the outer box looks like. Very nice. I love this makeup look that he created. And yeah, it says the mini palette, and I'm gonna open this and show you guys. I'm sorry guys if I sound different, and also if my face is very puffy. I've not been feeling well today, but I just had to get done with this video because I couldn't wait to use the palette. So when you remove the palette from the box, it comes in this bubble wrap packet, which is very handy. I'm honestly gonna save this because it's gonna come very handy for traveling. And this is how the palette looks like. It looks so beautiful. I love the packaging. It's so sleek and stunning. It says Morphe X James Charles and it says the mini palette. So this is how the palette looks like. Now do you guys see, I really didn't need a full size palette. This is so big, like it's bigger than my face. So I think this size is just perfect for this palette. This is how the palette looks like from inside. Isn't this a very stunning palette? It has all the shades name written on this plastic, which I really don't get. Like this is something that I'll have to save because just in order to show you guys which shade I'm using, but it's just unnecessary. I wish the shades were written on the box itself. So anyways, this is how the palette looks like. My favorite thing about this palette is this huge mirror. Like this mirror is so huge and it's gonna come so handy. It's just, I love eyeshadow palettes with mirror because I really don't like using a separate mirror when I'm filming. So this mirror is just perfect. It's the perfect size and it's very clear and nice. Let's cover the mirror and I'm going to show you guys all the shades in this palette. So the top 3 rows of this palette are very neutral colors, like they're oranges, red, burnt orange, browns, black, white. All of these very neutral colors and something that is going to be very practical in the daily life. And the last 2 rows are all of the colorful eyeshadows. Literally every single color that you can think of is in this palette. Green, yellow, blue, pink, purple. Every single color is over here. So this is literally the only reason why I wanted to buy this palette, because it has every single color. To be very honest, I did swatch a couple of eyeshadows when it arrived, because me being me, I just couldn't wait. So yeah, I have swatched a couple of shades and the pigmentation is insane. I'm gonna show you. The first one, I'm taking yellow, and this is how it looks like. Then my favorite shade, something that really attracts me, is this beautiful shimmery purple. Like, it is such a stunning shade, and this is not like a regular shimmer eyeshadow. It's more like an eyeshadow topper, so it does not have a lot of pigment, but it has a lot of glitter in it. Then this stunning red color, again, it is so pigmented. Then again, something that I'm genuinely gonna use a lot is this hot pink eyeshadow. Do you guys see how pigmented this eyeshadow is? So I'm gonna wipe my fingers and I'm gonna swatch some of the shimmer eyeshadows from this palette. Let's swatch something from the top row. I think I'm gonna swatch this bronzy shade. Honestly, this eyeshadow is not very pigmented. Yeah, this one is very pigmented. And this copper eyeshadow. Yeah, again, this one is very pigmented. So this bronze eyeshadow is not super pigmented. Rest, other two shimmers are very pigmented. Again, this shade also is something that I'm gonna use a ton for my inner corner highlight. You guys see how pigmented this is? So this is how the shimmers swatch. I think they're pretty pigmented. The third one, which is the bronzy eyeshadow, is not my favorite. It's not swatching really well, but I still have to test it on my eye yet. So I'm not gonna say anything about it. I am very excited to try this palette. I'm gonna go all out today and I'm gonna do a very colorful eye look. So as you can see, I look very pale right now because I've already done my base makeup, and now we're gonna move on to eyes. Now let's get started with the eye makeup. The first shade that I'm gonna use is, I guess, Canvas right here on the top. It's like a very nice bone color. So I'm gonna take my fluffy crease brush and I'm just dusting this eyeshadow all over my eyelid. Yeah, it has picked up a lot of product, which is good. Also, I completely forgot to tell you guys that I haven't used any eyeshadow primer because I don't own any and I never use one. So I have just used my regular concealer, the Fit Me concealer, which I use all the time on my eyelids before doing any eye makeup. So I'm gonna use the shade Single, which is a nice light violet color, and I'm gonna go in my crease with a fluffy crease brush, and let's start blending. Single is very well blended in my crease. Now I'm gonna build the intensity of the purple and I'm gonna go in with the shade Escape. Yeah, this deep violet color is Escape, and I'm gonna build this color in my crease. I guess I'm gonna take a more detailed blending brush. Purples are really hard to make, so I wanna try and see how this purple blends. The color is so pretty and it's also not very patchy. The purple looks stunning on my eye. It blended so well. I'm quickly gonna do the other eye. So far, I'm really amazed by the matte eyeshadows in this palette. They blended out really well. Now I'm gonna cut the crease using my LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Medium Beige. So I've done the cut crease, and now for the lid I'm gonna do something like a sunset color scheme. I'm gonna start with yellow first. Let's see how this yellow works with a shader brush. So the name of the shade is B, and yeah, I'm gonna pick this color up on the shader brush, and yes, a lot of pigment is coming up, and I'm just gonna pat this color in the inner corner of my eyes. This yellow eyeshadow has a little bit of fallout. Honestly, the yellow eyeshadow is a little patchy. As you guys can see, it's not super smooth on my eyes. But yeah, it works. It's not that bad. Now I'm gonna go in with an orange, and I'm using the shade Rusted and a little bit of 518. These are the two orange shades that I'm using. Next, I'm taking this really hot pink eyeshadow, and the shade name is Skip. Also gonna take a little bit of this red eyeshadow on the outer corner. This is again in the shade You're Kidding. So honestly, you guys, I'm really happy with these colors. They look so beautiful, and honestly, I love how this eye look is coming out. This has to be one of the best eye looks that I've created. I love all the shades that I've used so far. They're extremely pigmented. Now I'm just gonna intensify the purple in my crease a little bit because I think it has faded out. So yeah. Now again, I'm taking the shade Skip, which is that hot pink eyeshadow, and I'm just smoking my lower lash line out. We're almost done with the eye look. Now for my inner corner, I'm gonna use the shade Face, which is this amazing inner corner highlight. I think I'm really gonna love this eyeshadow. So yeah, I'm just highlighting my inner corners. I honestly really love the inner corner highlight today. I think it's gonna make a very good face highlighter as well. I'm definitely gonna try that. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of glitter liner in my crease. So for that, I'm using the Rimmel Wonder Swipe 2-in-1 eyeliner to eyeshadow. This is in the shade Insta Famous. Again, one of my favorite products. I've just used these once for my Euphoria look. By the way, if you guys haven't checked my Euphoria look out on my Instagram, then I'm gonna leave a picture on the screen somewhere. Go and check my video out. It was amazing. I had so much fun creating that eye look. I just realized that the camera wasn't recording, but I haven't done much. I just went ahead and finished the eyeliner in my crease. And I also popped on these lashes, which are by PAC, and it's in the style M77. These are the PAC Mink lashes. I honestly am not a big fan of these lashes because they are really weighing down my eye. I can literally feel that my eyes are weighing down, and I absolutely don't like that feeling. But they do look very pretty, and I am a big fan of this eye look. It looks extremely beautiful, and this has to be one of my best colorful eye looks. Anyway, now moving on to the face makeup, let's finish up with bronzer, blush and highlight. I guess I'm gonna use the Morphe palette only. So I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild contouring palette for contour, but I guess for blush and highlight, I'm gonna use the Morphe palette. Now for blush, I'm gonna take this very pale pink shade, which is Pinkity Drinkity. I love the name. So I'm gonna take that shade for my blush. I'm not sure if this color will show up on my face, but I'm still gonna try it out. Yeah, the color is not showing up on my face at all. So let's go ahead and use some other blush. Now for highlighter, I'm definitely going to use the shade Face. It has to be one of my favorite shades from this palette, and I think it will make a very good face highlighter. Let's see. Yeah, it looks very stunning. I hope you guys can see it on camera. I love this highlighter. It looks very, very, very pretty. So for lipstick, I'll have to use a very nude pale shade because the eye look has so much going on. So I'm gonna use the My Glam Lit Liquid Matte Lipstick in the shade Hookup. This is how it looks like. It's not extremely nude, so I'm gonna mix the K Beauty lipstick in the shade Faux Pas. So this is the entire makeup look. I just added a little bit of lip gloss by Dior. It's in the shade Diorama. And honestly guys, I'm so happy with this makeup look. I was honestly waiting for this palette to arrive so that I could do these colorful experimental eye looks, and I guess not a single shade has disappointed me. I just realized that I only used matte eyeshadows on my eye and not any shimmers except the inner corner highlight. But yeah, I swatched a couple of shimmer eyeshadows and I guess they are great. I guess for the price that you pay, it is definitely worth it because there's literally every single shade in this palette. Also guys, one more shimmer eyeshadow which has blown me away is this shade. I'm gonna check the name of this eyeshadow. So the shade name is So Good, and it is definitely so good. The pigmentation is awesome. This is how the color looks like. It is very beautiful. My least favorite shimmer eyeshadow has to be this bronzy eyeshadow. The name of this eyeshadow is Wig. This is my least favorite in terms of pigmentation. The shade is beautiful. So I am overall in love with this palette. The pigmentation is great, the quality is great, and every single eyeshadow is so pigmented and just amazing. So I am very much happy with this palette. I highly recommend this to you guys. If you want to invest in that one eyeshadow palette, go ahead with this one. And if you're someone who loves using colorful eyeshadows, then definitely go ahead with this one. So if you guys want to get your hands on this palette, then I'm gonna leave a link of a Beauty Bar Lounge Instagram page. You guys can go ahead, check it, and I'm sure that this eyeshadow palette is not in stock right now. So yeah, you can always go DM her and ask her when the eyeshadow palette is gonna come back in stock, and you can wait. But yes, it is definitely worth every single penny. I'm absolutely in love with the results. Also, I highly recommend you guys to go for the mini palette. It's so tiny and cute, and also I expected these eyeshadow pans to be small, but they're not very small. You can easily fit in your brush, you can easily fit in your finger, so it's not very small. So just go ahead and buy the mini palette instead of the bigger one, because this is just way more practical. And also you guys are gonna see me using that palette a ton because I have so many different eye looks in my head right now that I'm gonna do using that palette. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, this is it for today's video. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.